Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Tracy's Art and Craft, and I'm here today as part of the Happiness and Crafting design team, and I am going to be making something with one of G's kits. So this kit here is called the Blue Butterfly Collection. Her kit, her store and her website and Facebook and YouTube are all linked down in the description box, so do go check those out. I highly recommend checking out her Facebook page. She does wonderful Friday freebies on there for everybody, so they're free to anybody. If you don't have Facebook and you can't get hold of those, you can get hold of those on Etsy, and she sells them just at the cost of her charges. So they're really good. But this collection here is, it's really economical to get digital kits, and that's why I use them so often. And I have been given this one by G for this design team challenge. However, I do want to make it clear that before this I bought my own kits from G. So I do have a collection of her kits already, and I have already printed them, tested them. I have no problems, and that's why she is one of the digital artists that I use, because I can guarantee every single time I'm going to get a good quality print. So that being said, let's have a little look at the kit as it comes. So you get these little ephemera pieces. I absolutely love this one. The butterflies are kind of watercolour, and they're also really vibrant, so I absolutely love these. And I do always love getting words. I do print off my own words, but however, when you get a word in a kit, it just matches the kit, the colours of the words, the way they're written, it always matches the kit, so I like getting words with a kit. So on the pages, you do always get some background pages that you can use. I have not printed the backs of mine because of what I'm going to be making. Which does give you, I'll show you them. They're usually a bit plainer, and you'll know that they're roughly a background kit. So we've got this beautiful one, and then we've got this one with some text in the background, which I absolutely love. To be honest, I love all of these. And here is the next one. As for the borders, that is my printer. It doesn't do borderless. G's printables can do borderless, though. You can set that as a setting. But my printer just does not do that. It does not like it. We may come across a few pages where my printer has printed them out funny as well, which is my printer not liking the 200 GSM or GMS, whatever, paper. The heavy paper. So this one I'd class as one of the backing papers. It's very quite plain. I would probably use that as a backing paper. You know, backing papers are good if you're making pages in a journal, so that both sides could be backed, but it's not always necessary. And this is another one which is completely plain. That's another one that's a good backing paper. And then you get all of the papers, but in journal card size. Now I love these. You could turn these into notebooks. So if you think about how they would fold in half, so you could turn them into notebooks. You could just use them as journal cards, or some of them like this one where they don't matter what sort of way up they are. You could turn them up and turn them into tags as well. So I do love using these. They're really cute. You could also just cut out the butterflies and cut out the pieces that you want for certain things. We'll be doing all these sorts of things. So that is G's lovely kit. I have printed it off 3 times, and that's that. I've got a kit that I can show in every video and 2 kits for what we need to make. So I'd recommend printing it off 2 times if you do want to follow along. If you don't want to follow along, that's fine. I mean, you could just watch and see what I'm doing. Honestly, this is trial and error. If you're following along, you're trialing it with me. I have never made one of these, so yeah, you might want to find out if it works first, because it might fall apart, but we're going to try. And I wanted to show you that it doesn't matter if you've never made anything before. Just dive in. It's the only way you're going to learn to make anything, is just diving in. So I have pulled up some of these brown envelopes that I have. I got these for free, a massive amount. I think there was like 80 of them or something, from a lovely lady who was just giving them away on a local giving away for free site, you know, one of those free cycle sites and things. And she was just giving these away, and I thought they would be perfect for deliveries or anything like that, but it turns out I end up using them in my craft. So, and what I'm going to be making today is I'm going to be making a folio. So I'm just folding these in half so I can determine the size of them and what it is I want. I do like the size of them actually. I thought I wouldn't, but it turns out I do, which is good. I thought they were going to be a bit of a funny size, but I actually like the size of them. So what I want to do is I want to take this one and take this flap, and I want to glue them, trying to make room. I want to glue them inside of each other like that. I can't even get it in without glue. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a nightmare. So there we go. Glue them like that. Something like that. Whew. Let's do this. I've got faith in myself. I've got faith. This is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Let's do this. It's going to be fine. Where's my tacky glue gone behind here? So let's just get this on. Let's slap it together and see what we can make. So I'm hoping to get a folio out of this with a journal, with lots of flips and tucks, and it's just the way I've got it envisioned in my mind is that it's going to be really, really beautiful. How it turns out, however, is another matter. Oh, it's stuck down really easily. Look at that. That is rare for me. So if you're doing anything like this with sticking envelopes together, you always want to make sure you go inside and just make sure you haven't got no glue going around. I always use my hands for that because I can feel better. And then on this side, I am just going to put some more glue down. I'm ever so sorry about this. My glue has been funny. It's always funny at winter. It's actually a really wide bottle, but it always plays up in winter time, and that's got something to do with from cold hair to the heating. It dries out everything that's in the tip, and you have to keep cleaning it out like every single time. At least that's what I'm finding where I am in the UK. And I know other people have found this to be true too, so this is what I'm going to do. I might as well show you how I clean out my bottle. I usually clean it out with hot water, but when I'm in between a project and I need to get the really thick bit out, which is getting stuck, which is as small as that, that is it. Yep, that is it. It's all clear in there. That's all I do. And I'm just going to get a wipe, cleaning fluff. I have just knocked all my papers down. Oh, they're staying down for a moment. I'll sort those in a minute. So we can already see how this video is going to go, can't we? We can see what a disaster I'm already creating. The sound may go funny again. I'm hoping not. I'm still having sound issues. So, you know, like I say, still everything's just going great. What can I say? It's my channel. Like, if it was going like smoothly and everything, people start to worry. They're so Tracy, what's going on? This isn't like you. Have everything working well. So this is my plan. I plan on folding it. It's a bit wet to do, but I'm going to do it wet anyway. I would recommend waiting for it to dry. I really would. But because I make a video, I'm being impatient. I'm sure there's lots of people out there that knows what that's like. So my plan is to go this way and this way. I've just got to straighten this up somewhat. I'm not happy with where it is. Don't worry about the creases, they will not show when it comes to me by the time I finish this, because I'm going to be covering it all. So it's absolutely fine. But I do want just this part here overlapping a bit, this side overlapping on the, say, the front and the back, if you like to call it that. And that's because I'm going to tie them, I'm going to have them tied together. There we go. So there we are, we've got the start of our folio. So it opens like this. You're going to have a pocket here, I'm leaving that as a pocket, like nice large pocket. Then there'll be another large pocket just here. And then we've got this side, and then we'll have a section in the middle, and this will be where I'm going to be keeping the journal in this part. So let's start off with our first lot of flaps. This is going well, I'm hoping for the best. So first things first, I did bring with me a few envelopes, different styles. So I've got a few envelopes in this card making kit. I'll pull out a couple envelopes of each size so that we can decide what we want to work with. I'll grab just a few of those. Got some like that. Got a few window ones. There we go, a few more. And I have some brown ones at the back here somewhere. There's one. There we go, get a few out. We can work them from there. I also have a few scrapbook papers just here in a drawer next to me. So I will go through these as I'm making this and decide on a few little elements to add to it. There won't be a lot, I'll be mostly using the kit, to be honest. So let's see, and I'll probably pull in at some point some book page as well, which I think will be nice. So I think I definitely want one of these on here. Just thinking about what else I might want, sort of flipping upwards as well. I'm thinking about a closure, you see here. I'm closing this down. What else would I like there? I'm thinking what I might do is just take this, add a little glue there, close them up. There we are. Get rid of that. So what I'm thinking here is making a little flip down piece. It could be like a little journaling space. Yeah, I like those. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it over and just glue all those flaps down. I'm not decorating it just yet. Nothing like that at all just yet. I prefer to get all the flaps and things down because then I can cover it with the papers. But of course you can put things on after the fact as well. There's no harm in that. Where's my wipe? Here it is. Oops. Oh, there we go. Look, I'm just making a right mess. So it is night time at the moment that I'm doing this. I sometimes suffer from insomnia, and what I do is I find if I come and do something productive, like do a little bit of crafting or something, then I can very quickly go to sleep. Whereas if I sit on it and I don't do anything, I very quickly become worse. So the type of closure I'm going to have here is I'm going to have a little policy closure. But what my plan is to do is to use a heart and one of my brads, if I could just find my brads out. I think because I've got a pink butterfly there, I might just use a pink one. I'm obviously not going to stick that down just yet. I'm just getting some bits together and preparing myself. I like that. And then to hold it on, I might just use that one. Yeah, I think I will. So I'm just getting bits together just so I know what I want to do. So I'm just going to decorate this part while we're here, and then I will decide what to do with the other pieces as we go along. The first thing that I want to do is decorate this piece up. So let's have a little look at our kits. So this is one where it didn't print out properly. That's my doing. It's my printer not liking how thick the paper was. I'm just going to get my tearing ruler. I want to use a tearing ruler. I think I'll just use this one actually. I can't find my tearing ruler. Everything's all over the place at the moment. But I want to have all the pieces teared. There we go. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope you're all getting to do a little bit of crafting and things. There we go. Now for that, I want to get my vintage photo ink, and I've just got to find the dobber for that. There we go. So I'm just going to ink around the edges here. I do want this to have a very inky look to it, but I don't want it to be too overboard. I will be pulling in later on fabrics, laces and all that sort of thing, but I'm not going to be doing that just yet. Right now I'm just getting a few papers down, just so I can get a feel of what I want to do. I'm using quite thick paper because I want a really thick feel to this journal, to this folio. I want it to feel really sturdy, really thick, really luxurious. Now, I'm just going to do the inside. Now I wanted to show you a little trick for getting this part here inked up without getting ink on the inside. So I'll show you that. So what I do is I take a scrap piece of paper. What have I got here? I've got this scrap here. And I just place it inside, like so. And then just gently go round. My dobber is falling apart a little bit, so that's interesting. If you wanted to go along here, you could. I'm going to do it very, very gently. I don't want too much emphasis on there. Plus it might get covered, to be honest. There we go. So that's gotten that inked up. I am just going to find a little something to put on there. I think I'm going to make a little cluster, that's what I'm thinking. So I better just check the time in a little while, because I do have a tendency to, in case there's anybody new here watching this, I do have a tendency to let it go too long, and then the video cuts off because my phone is a pain. Yeah, so I'm just having a play around here, just trying to decide what I want where. So I'm just going to take this lace, I'm going to scrunch it. So I'm just going to place some 3-in-1 down. And I find I need quite a bit of 3-in-1 for the scrunching, so I have to get quite a lot down. Now I'm going to pop some 3-in-1 on here. This is the point where I feel like I need a million hands, but really it's just me making everything really difficult. There we go. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm hoping I'm not being too quiet for you guys. It does have a tendency to do that, my phone, sorry. Oh, I love this. This is cute. So now I've got to put a bit of weight onto there. I'm thinking I've got some scrap paper. Or maybe one of these hearts would be cute. A little book page heart. Yeah, I'm going to ink that one up. This is vintage book page that I'm using here, and I've just cut out a few die cuts. And I'm using the 3-in-1 for this one because it will stop wrinkling. Let's go this way. So I'm just trying to make it fit just right, how I like it. And then for this word, I think I'll add this butterfly word on. I'm going to tear it. I find torn paper soaks up the ink really well on the edges. And just looks super nice. And I would like a very torn look going throughout the folio, so I'm sort of thinking about what looks I want. So for instance, you may decide you don't want any inking if you're doing a folio with me, or you may decide that you want it to be more grungy, or you may decide that you don't want it to be torn and you want everything to be cut and very neat. And all of that is fine. You want to be thinking about how you want the piece to turn out and look. Just put the lid on the 3-in-1 and decided that I now want to use it. Yep, like I say, one of those days. Oh, we all have them, don't we? It's fine. There we go. So it doesn't take long for the 3-in-1 to tack down. But it does take, you know, you do want to give it a little hold if it's trying to come up a lot. There we go. So because I want this to go through here but not through the whole thing, I have to get my hand in here and just make a little hole without stabbing myself, making sure I'm going between 2 fingers and not my hand. So be very, very careful here. And then from there, I'm just going to lay down either side of the brad. Now, if you don't want anything to catch, you can just cover that with a little bit of tape, which I may do later on. So that's really, really cute. I love that. I'm just going to take one of these flowers here off. Sorry, I've gone off camera because I keep forgetting I'm filming. I don't know who I think I'm talking to when I forget that I'm filming. I must think I'm talking to myself. You guys must think I'm absolutely insane. Don't tell anyone, I am a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. Be a bit boring, wouldn't we? It would be really boring if we weren't. So, concentration. There we go. We got it. There we go. Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry, I did leave the camera on too long and it did cut off. So what I've done is I've just added behind the flowers that I had fussy torn out, I've added some napkin and I'm just adding stamps. I've added these little flowers. These little flowers come from the range and I picked them up from there. So I'm just adding some little flowers and some stamps down. So I'm just popping these down in places. I do somewhere have a postage stamp set, you know, a postage stamps for inks, you know what I mean. You know, stamping kit, stamping. It's because I'm using postage stamps and I'm talking about a postage stamper. You know what I mean. Silicone stamp, there we go. I knew I'd find it in the end. So somewhere I have got some little gems for these, but I'm not sure where I put them because I've rearranged my craft room. So I'm just having a look, see what I've got in my drawers. Oops. Yeah, I'll have to put those on when I find them. But for now, I think that looks really pretty. So in there I'll put a little pearl or something into there, but I don't have one to hand at the moment. So let's just pop these out of the way. I may pop another one on somewhere. So for this one, what shall we put on today? What do I have that I want to put on? I love that really big butterfly. Okay. There we are. Just take the top off. So I'm just going to ink that up as well. I really like that. I think that's so pretty. Oh, my dobber is falling apart. It's on its last legs. I have to get another sponge soon. There we go. The ink that I'm using is Vintage Photo, by the way. Distress ink by Tim Holtz. I wanted a lighter brown, so I'm not using, I usually use ground espresso. I usually like darker colours along my edges and things, but I wanted this one to be quite light and airy. I've just done a grungy journal and I've gotten a little bit bored of all the grungy dark colours, so I want some light ones. It's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. I think it's because spring's on the way, isn't it? And I think that's possibly why. Pull out my napkin again and just my baby wipes, sorry. So on this side, what I want to stick, oh, must be careful that the glue isn't sticking everything down. Do make sure you check that. I never do, and I always end up ripping everything. So what I want to stick on here is something that can be written on. So I want one of those backing pieces. So I'm just going to get this backing piece for here. And I am just going to line it up. I'm going to take off an edge actually first, because there we go. So I'm just going to line it up how I want it, just so that I can roughly measure where I want to tear. And anyone that knows me knows I hate measuring properly, so I don't measure properly. There we go. So again, I'm just going to ink round there as well. So yeah, I feel so honoured to have G invite me to be part of her design team for the next 6 months. It's really exciting. Because I think I'm one of those people, and there's quite a few of us out there, who just constantly tell myself that I'm not good enough. So my little sponge has just come off, so I'm just going to keep using it because I have no reason why I keep using a sponge. Why don't I just go grab another one? I've got so many of them. But here I am thinking, oh, I don't want to waste it. I think it's because I know there's a lot of ink on there. A little bit too much glue on this piece, so it's probably going to ooze out everywhere. I'm just going to try and mop it up as it oozes out. Oh, we're doing okay. It's good. There we are. Oh, that looks fine. Look, it looks fine. So we've got a nice plain piece here. I may end up adding some stamps and things like that to that, but I'm just getting paper down at the moment, just getting the sort of idea flowing. So I really like how that's looking so far. My little flowers are getting squashed. Yes, I'm liking how that looks so far. So now this one being another pocket, I do want to ink this up, so I do need to get another dog on. Go into my little bag of sponges and pull out another one. They do fall apart for me because I'm really rough with everything, so just so you know, this doesn't usually happen. But you can use makeup sponges and all sorts, you don't have to use these. But I'm just so rough with everything, I'm never careful. And yes, my ink is running dry. How observant of you. It's running really dry. I need to get a re-inker. I do re-ink mine. I don't like to put more plastic out there than what needs to be. So I reuse anything that's plastic. Like this bottle here for my glue. This is an old tie-dyeing bottle. And it usually has a lid. I've lost the lid. And yeah, what I do is I buy the glue in bigger tubs and pop them into here so that I don't waste plastic buying smaller bottles that are easier to handle, if that makes sense. I've gone right off camera here doing this little envelope, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it back on camera in just a second. I just had to ink round. So I'm just going to pull those like that and just bring it up here. So this is the one we're working with. Right now I'm going to pull in a little bit of my scrapbooking papers. I'm just going to see if I can find a pattern that I quite like. So I'm going to have to pull out loads because I'm having trouble finding what I want. Oh, I like that one. And you know, I also really like that one for this journal. And this one for this journal. Just checking to see if there's any more. Nope, I'll just leave those for now. Maybe that one might come in handy. Ooh, there we go. So I've pulled those out for the moment. These come from all over the place. I couldn't tell you, I've had them for so long. I honestly could not tell you where they came from. Yeah, I've just had them for like forever. There we go. I keep all my scraps aside, they will be used in certain areas. There we go. Make sure I've got it up the right way because there's some text on there I have, that's okay. Yeah, I know, I'm getting glue on my craft mat. I always do. I always do. I'm rubbish, what can I say? Now, I would like to use another one of these hearts that I have here. Oh, that would make a really nice little tuck spot, wouldn't it? Yeah, that is going to be a little tuck spot. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't put too much glue on. Doesn't need a lot. I should have inked that first, shouldn't I? Did you notice that mistake? Well, I don't think it needs it. Does it? Doesn't it? No, that'll be fine. It will be fine. Tell you what does need it though, down here a little. It just helps with these little white bits from the tearing. That's all. Maybe it does need it. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. So what I'm doing is I'm doing it very, very lightly. much at all on there. I like that. Once we put something in there, that's going to look really, really pretty. So that's what we have so far. Now we need to put in something in here. So first things first, we need some paper. Let's see what we've got. Let's start off with some of this. Shall I tear it this way, or shall I tear it with the ruler? I think I'm going to tear it this way. There we go. Yeah, I like that one. What else can we add on here? Just looking at what other papers I have on my trolley. I think I might add some doily. That would be nice. Definitely. So these are tea dyed, these doilies here. No, I can't decide. Just not sure. I think I'll start off by inking this piece up and then I'll decide from there what I want to do. Oh, what am I doing? I think I'll have to stop this video soon. I think I'm getting tired. I'm trying to ink my dogger with a closed lid. Oh dear me. Everything's just going crazily wrong. There, that piece is down. Now I can't fuss and muss with it. Now, where do I want this piece? I do like that actually. Let's try to tear this in a semi-straight line. So what I'm going to do is, for this piece, I'm just going to use a little bit of art glitter glue because it's got a fine tip to it. And I'm just going to blob on in places where there's a lot of the paper. I'm not going to worry too much. It will stick quite well. There we go. So let's have a little look so far at what we've done. Just move those out of the way. So far we have this part here, this part here, and this part here, all ready to go. So we're getting there. I am quite a slow crafter, as you can tell, but hopefully when I come back I will have decided what I'm going to do with the rest of this page, and we'll probably move on to this one. If not, maybe even the front cover, see how I feel. It differs from time to time. So I hope you like that idea so far. So like I say, the link to this kit and to all of Happiness and Crafting's other channels and links are all down in the description box. My store is also down in the description box until the 28th of February. I have 30% off sale, so the code for that is just down in the description box, and that's just for you YouTube viewers. Yeah, my links to my socials are down there if you'd like to become a member after watching a few of my videos. If you're new, then there is a link down there. My members get monthly happy mail, as well as some free digitals that I'll be doing, so which are just things like my collages, my hand dyed papers, things that have been made by me that I give to my members absolutely copyright free. You can do anything you like with them, absolutely anything. So yeah, that is that. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Bye.